Hey guys, and welcome to another riveting representation of research around the world of education. And this particular research that I'm doing is called Virtually Thriving, Finding Predictors of Success for Virtual Learning. Love that title, very cool. You'll see a lot of Bitmojis in here of a likeness of me that I worked really hard to get, so enjoy those. I did them just for you. Who am I? I'm Caleb West. I am assistant principal at Mazik Middle School in Jefferson County Public Schools. It's right in downtown Louisville, 1.3 miles from my house. I got a bachelor's in English from the University of Louisville. I've got a master's. Actually, I was alternatively certified in learning and behavior disorders from the University of Cumberland. That was an adventure. And then I recently got my EDS and supervision from the University of Louisville. My wife's a teacher. My wife's twin brother's a teacher. My wife's other brother's a teacher. Both of their wives are teachers. My wife's dad is a teacher. My wife's mom is a teacher. So lots of teachers inside of the family. So what are we really thinking about this research? Well, I want to know, what can we pull to say virtual school was successful for these certain set of students that had they been in person, they would not have been as successful. And so we want to identify what are those commonalities inside of the students that were successful in a virtual setting. And specifically for me, since I'm in middle school, that's all I know. I want to know, what are the traits in the environmental conditions in a middle school student that leads to their success during virtual learning? Because I think it's a powerful tool, and I think we can take advantage of that to build another set of robust learning experiences for our students. So with that in mind, really boiling it down to two key research questions. So the first is, what attributes of middle school students do teachers determine as most beneficial to the virtual learning environment? All right, what we want to know, okay, what is it inside or about this student that led to them being beneficial from the observation of a teacher that's seen a lot of students? And then secondly, what environmental conditions, when present, promote success for middle school students in the virtual learning environment? And outside of the student themselves, what around them, what in their environment influences their success in virtual learning? Because there are successes out there, even though it's been a forced model. I think we can learn a lot from it. And then there's a picture, Bitmoji of me giving you some sass. Where's the research setting taking place? Well, it's a large urban district at the end of a full year of virtual instruction due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It's been a long year for everybody. Middle school teachers have seen over 120 students over the course of the virtual year. That's what they're assigned. It's a typical teacher caseload inside of our district. And the use of the Google Education Suite was standard for all students. So every student that interacted inside of this district, they were taught using the same education platform, using Google Suite. All students had access to receiving a personal device and an internet connection through a hotspot. Everybody had the ability to get a Chromebook. Everybody was offered the opportunity to order a hotspot. So accessibility was not an issue for any of these students. And the response and success rate of students has varied very widely. So for some students, I mean, they're just, this is the way they wish they could have learned from the beginning of time. Do some work, play some Fortnite, do some work. While other students, they've dropped off completely. We can't get a hold of them, we can't find them, and they're not doing well in the virtual environment. But that's the setting that, and the conditions that we'll be looking at. And the methodology that would probably provide us the most robust set of answers is a mixed methodology. Now, you can go ahead and ignore that picture of me there. I can't cook. You'll never see me mixing a bowl. But it is a good analogy for how we want to go about the methodology. First, we want to develop a qualitative set so that we can identify some quantitative sets to analyze further. So a series of semi-structured interviews with middle school teachers would be, conducted so that we could gather their thoughts. They've seen 120 teachers. What is it that they see as commonalities? And then we'd use a reductive scheme around those interviews to be able to figure out, okay, how are we going to code that? What are we going to pull out so that we're identifying as the most important? And then it would be a phenomenological, say that 10 times fast, type of study, because we're looking at a specific phenomenon, which is the COVID-19 pandemic and virtual learning, and gathering information related to that. Quantitative data would be developed as a result of the qualitative study, and then we would look at district data related to middle school students and say, okay, can we look at some markers inside of the data that the district collects that we could code relative to the attributes of students? In addition, we would look at environmental conditions. Are there environmental conditions that correlate to data sets that the district collects? And then can we take that data and then use a linear regression to create predictor variables from those attributes and environmental conditions? So by looking inside of the district data, informed by what we learned in the qualitative study, we can say, okay, how strong of a predictor of success is the given attribute or the given environmental condition? Hopefully. So we have some anticipated implications as it relates to that. Looking at the data, we could use that data to create better virtual schools. Right now, virtual schools are just an alternative option often for students who's not functioning in the school environment, but it could actually be a preferred schooling method for some students if we create a robust system around that. It could also be an alternative to suspension. Prior to my role as assistant principal, I did a lot of work with behavior students, and suspending a kid does not solve the behavior problem. Often it exacerbates it. And so this could be a way to remove them from the conditions that led to the problem, but also provide them a connection to the learning so that when they come back in, they're not behind and they didn't miss on the instructional piece. This could also give us some better findings around mental health support for students. School, particularly middle school, is a place where a lot of social anxiety and trauma issues make it difficult for students to fully participate in the learning environment. And this may be a way to account for their current mental health and social emotional needs while still letting them participate with grade level standards. And finally, for me, I really believe in this one, instructional flexibility. If we can find a way to make virtual school a robust offering for some sets of the students, it would allow us to free up some resources and create a better flexibility in the way that we deliver instructions to students, not just a 740 to 220 day, but provide a lot of different opportunities for students and teachers to take advantage of the tool. There's a long list of research here. I could pull out tons of quotes for you, but I do want to point out that a lot of the research related to it and why this is so needed is because the virtual platforms that we use have developed so much over the last few years that a lot of the research before 2016 really doesn't include the latest tools. I know we've had learning management systems like Blackboard on for a long time, but their ability to dynamically create an immersive and interactive environment for students really hasn't been seen until recently. And then on top of that, we haven't seen it as a forced platform in which we have enough data sets to decide, okay, who was successful and who wasn't. A lot of times it was an opt-in. And this didn't occur this year. We have a lot of information related to that. There's also a lot of information here around the non-traditional instruction that the KDE has approved and some of the legislation and the law to that. That's important to note because that determines how schools can implement virtual instruction. NTI wasn't originally meant to be a long-form solution. A year long was meant to tie over for districts that maybe would be out for a couple of weeks because of bad weather. And this has changed that. And it has made them think about, okay, what does virtual learning look like and how can we support that at a state level? And then there's some articles related to that and other cool things. Governor Beshear's in there. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can email me at, that's my school email address right there, or you can hit me up on Twitter. It's either school stuff or it's about University of Louisville basketball. That's about what I do on that thing. So I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I look forward to seeing yours.